Hi, I'm Astrid, I am Waddle and Wool, and welcome to episode 10 of my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for everyone who has gotten me to 10. When I first started this, I didn't think it was a big deal, and that anyone would watch me, but yet you have, and I'm really excited about that. I know 10 is small, but one of my big fears is that I would start something that I couldn't continue, or that I would fall out of ideas of, or that it would just, I wouldn't have time for. And I'm hoping that this will continue and that you guys still like what I'm doing. So if you do, ring the notification bell, press subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Like this video, comment, let me know how you feel. I love hearing your voices, reading your comments, but I feel like I hear your voices in them anyway. So today we're going to talk about what I have been knitting, some new stash that I've gotten, and I'm going to be releasing my first beanie pattern called Nat's Beanie. So I'll talk to you more about that in a minute. So firstly, this is my eucalyptus shawl. I released this a couple of months ago when Australia was having intense bushfires, and then we went into floods. And then now we've got the thing. So it feels a little bit like this is a symbol of Australia's perseverance. I've just found out today that hopefully in 6 weeks, nail salons will still reopen. And guys, I'm needing them. So I'm so excited about this. I'm sure you can join my joy, but oh my goodness. Okay. So, some stash acquisition. I live with an amazing girl called Beth, and it was her birthday the other day. So I decided to ask her to choose some patterns out of my Japanese stitch dictionary, which I love. And she picked one which was really, really, really beautiful. I'll show you it in a second. And I decided to commission Anna from Stitchcraft and Wizardry, of course, Anna, I love her, to make some yarn or dye up some yarn that was exactly what Beth wanted. There's a whole saga with it, especially as I am very not comfortable with some of them. I can't really wear olives and golds. Beth can, I cannot. And so they're never the colours I would typically go for. So there was lots of me freaking out at Anna going, I don't know. And then she was like, just trust me. And Mum was like, trust me. And then I got them and they're amazing. And now they're probably my favorite ones. So maybe I will become a green and gold girl. So the green and gold, I've already started knitting with them, so I can't show you them in full skeins, but they are here. So this olive is really beautiful. It's kind of like a khaki olive. It's got some grey notes in it, but it's really vibrant and really beautiful, and it pairs so nicely with this gold. These are so difficult to photograph and get the colours right. Even in this lighting, they're not quite perfect on the screen, but they're pretty good, to be honest. But I was just really scared that the gold would overpower the olive. I knew I wanted this to be in a brioche knitting style, and as I've never actually done brioche, I thought it would be really fun to try it on a scarf for my friend for her birthday for the first time. So this is what I've done so far. Now, in the brioche workshop, I've told you guys a little bit about it before, that Anna has been organising and Michelle from Dying to Knit WA has been running, doing the tutorials for it. It's been really fun and really awesome. And the very first week, we had to cast on 65 stitches with I-cord. And I thought that was the worst thing ever. And then they had an option to re-knit everything in the 2-colour I-cord. And I was like, no, I'm out. No way am I redoing I-cord again. Like, just no way. But I love the way it looked. And then I figured, instead of doing brioche in long strands up the scarf, so it would kind of like start here and then go all the way up and then come back down. It would be like one long strand. I want it to be short ones going across, like horizontal lines instead of vertical. So I decided to knit a side-to-side scarf. with an I-cord cast on. 447 stitches of an I-cord cast on nearly killed me. But it is looking so good. So it's definitely worth it. It kind of starts with the olive, and it's going to continue with that olive kind of obviously on this side, because that's what you do. But this bottom half is going to be, or the bottom section is going to be an olive cast on, and then when I cast off, it's going to be with the gold. So you're going to have really one side and then the other. I'm thinking I'm going to do some brioche shaping in here as well. So I'm going to do some decreases and increases. I've never done them before, so I'm a little bit nervous it's not going to work out so well, but hopefully it will. Beth and I were meant to go to Italy together in October. So it was meant to be, I turned 27. Oh God, I turned 27. I know I'm young, but to me that feels like I'm getting older, and I don't like that. So I will turn 27 on the 25th of September, and I was hoping to get to Italy and then have my birthday in Rome and then travel around. Beth was going to go meet some friends in Germany. Then we were going to meet in Tuscany and have a wonderful time trying to escape and explore somewhere new. Of course, right now we can't, and Australia doesn't look like they're going to open the international borders, especially to Europe, very soon. We may to New Zealand and places like that, which have already controlled the curve very quickly. However, probably not to Italy or America. So our travel plans are out. And so I can't say it because she's listening. But this is going to be named after something in Italy, and it's kind of where the designs are in my head. Hopefully we'll get there. Maybe I'll write it on the screen if she doesn't watch it and get a sneak preview. Okay. So that is that one. And then that was just the brioche one, the scarf that I knew that she would wear. I've already kind of picked it in my head exactly what she's going to wear it with and how she's going to style it. Turns out me and Mum are very good at doing that for Beth. Mum handed Beth a jumper, like a dress, which Mum didn't like anymore, and Beth would totally fit. And then Mum basically said, this is exactly how you style it. So obviously it's genetic blessing that we style our friends in the gifts that we give them, which I enjoy. So the other one from Anna that I have asked for is a fade for a top. So I've already wound up one of them because I do want to cast it on fairly quickly. So I'm not a monogamous knitter. I can't be. So I want to have a couple of projects on the go at all times. Plus, once I get over the initial part, this is going to be mostly stockinette. So it's going to be really simple to do. So this is the fade, and it's so pretty. I absolutely love it. So it's actually going to be this way. It's going to be purple on the top and then that blue at the bottom. It's going to be a bottom up in the round top. I'm thinking probably sleeves to about here. Here. But I'll put it on her and I'll try it all out. She is a tiny, tiny, tiny person, and I've never knit that small, so we shall see how it goes. It's a nice fun challenge. Generally when I knit my patterns, I knit them to my size because it's stuff that I would want to wear, because I don't see the point in designing something that I wouldn't wear, and then I grade them out from there. So it's going to be interesting knitting a completely different size where I can't just put it on, but I get to dress her, so it'll be more fun. So this is like kind of I think of it as like kind of twilight fade. I just think it's so beautiful. Anna got this straight on the first time. As soon as she dyed it and then showed it to us, we were both just, because I was showing Beth all the videos, we were like, yep, this is 100% exactly right. So I mean, this is why you shop with those amazing personal indie dyers, isn't it? That you can talk to them and get their advice and ask them for all their tips and tricks, because Anna has absolutely excelled in this. So it starts with this beautiful purple, and it's got kind of tones in it, which I just think it's not, I don't like plain one color, and I just really love the depth that has been put into this pastel. Then it goes into this one, which is like almost a really faded pale sky blue. It looks a little bit purple on here, but like this bit here is correct. But there are elements of this purple. So when Anna dyed it, she kind of overlaid some of the purple into the blue. And then again, when she dyed this one, she's overlaid the blue into this one, which is a darker blue. And this is just divine. I cannot wait to cast on and get it started because it is so beautiful. So the pattern that Beth picked, where am I going? I knit up a little swatch. I knit it in just whatever yarn I had lying around, but I wanted it to be in a similar gauge to the wool that she will be using. And I absolutely love it. Again, she's listening, so I can't tell you what the name is going to be, but I'm sure you can guess. It's not going to be a shock. But so I knit it in the round because this stitch back and front is just going to drive me insane. I don't mind purling anymore. I used to hate it, but now I don't mind it. But trying to flip it on the chart in my brain each second row, no, not happening. So I've done it this way instead. So these, you can see, this is like a twisted rib section, and then you've got little eyelets that bring it up. This is a wrapped stitch. I need to figure out how to chart this. It's going to be a bit of a challenge. I use Stitch Mastery, and I've bought the proper one, and it is beautiful. I absolutely love this program, but I don't know if it's got the Japanese stitches or the twisted ones. Even for the wrapped stitches, whenever I have to write them, for the scarf for my best friend, there's some wrapped stitches in there or some twisted stitches there, and I can't find the same stitch image picture legend key diagram thing. You know what I'm talking about, the thing in the box that tells you what to do. I can't find it, and I don't think I can find this one either, so I'm gonna have to figure out how to do it. Either that or I will rewrite out the instructions, and it's just gonna have to be a common looking one, but I'm not a fan of that. I'll have to think of it. But this one here, so it's the twisted rib section in here, and then beautiful eyelets. Sorry, I should use my correct fingers. Then this eyelets coming up, and then it goes into this section here, which looks like a bouquet of flowers, which I love. So I am not very good at these bubbles. This is a crocheted bubble. If anyone has any tips, other than practice, because that's exactly what I'm going to be doing, it's what's holding me back from casting it on, because I know I'm going to practice on it, and it's only one round. It's only one, and I want them to be perfect for her. So I'm a little bit scared of doing them because I don't want to do them wrong. But hopefully it'll work out. But if anyone's got any tips of how to do these, it was really awesome because obviously I just gave the book to Beth and said, hey, you have a look, tell me what you want. And Beth did, and she chose these, which are absolutely gorgeous. I even like how this looks as a glove. I'm loving that. All right, I'm getting too many ideas. But I just gave Beth the book and said, you choose. And then I saw her looking through, and she's a bit like me, where we're very indecisive. So it took her a while to figure out exactly which one, but this was definitely the one that she liked the most. And then I looked on Instagram, and there's a beautiful knitter and pattern designer that I follow, who I've mentioned before, called Inez, or Inez Sang. And she is a Latvian, and she's just beautiful. She's so supportive and so wonderful. And she's just had a new pattern release. I think it's either released or she's like promoting the release. So it's going to come out very soon. And it has this stitch in it. So I kind of want to ask her, like, how do you do it? But I don't want it to feel like, hey, I'm copying your stitches, even though they're in a book. And I know it's not copying, but I just found it really cool and totally in my head, like great minds think alike, that someone who I completely respect and admire is using a similar stitch as to the one that my friend chose that I now get to do. So it wasn't me involved in it, but it just feels really serendipitous, very put together by the universe, which I enjoy. So those are my current works in process. Yes, that's getting projects and process mixed up. Okay, those are my current works in progress. That's the word. Oh, okay. And I have also finished my Slip into Summer cowl. So it is currently being test knit and it will be released very soon. If I'm honest, I've been finding things very full on lately. The return to school is always really difficult for me. I find it exhausting. And after having basically a month off from us, so we had week 9 that was optional and they basically didn't come. Week 10 they didn't come, and if they did, they were in the library, and at our school we had like 20. Wasn't very much. And then we had 2 weeks of regularly scheduled school holidays, and now we're back, and now it's optional, but most of the kids are back, so we've got about 60 to 70% attendance, which I'm thrilled with. I love my kids. I miss my kids, so I'm really happy. By the way, guys, if you're watching, go do some homework, because they like to watch, which is cute. So I'm loving having them back. I really am, but I'm finding it so tiring. It's like I forget every single time how hectic it's going to be. So as well, I'm teaching year 11 geography, which is so much fun, but I need to be writing up an exam for them as a practice for their real exam that's coming up. We've got tests coming up. I've just marked a whole bunch of stuff, and it's just, I forget how exhausting it is. And I know that's silly because it's my job and I'm doing it for 5 years now, but every time I forget and then I'm exhausted, and I've been falling asleep at 8:30 lately, which I'm just a nana. Like, I already knit. I don't need to be a nana. And so, yeah, so I've just been finding engagement a little bit difficult. So I'm so sorry if I've been giving you like more curt replies or just not answering. It's not you. It's literally me and being in bed really early. But I'm trying to fall back into the swing of it now. So that, my absolute exhaustion, combined with the fact that we've now moved back into winter, which is definitely my season. I love winter. Well, autumn, but it's going into winter. And we've had some pretty big thunderstorms, which, again, I absolutely love. The problem with that is the lighting is really difficult. So I've wanted to do a tutorial for some of these stitches, and I'm thinking I'm just going to do it for all 3 stitches because there's only 3 involved for a while, just because there's some questions, especially for this one. This cross stitch is really hard to get right. So I read it in a stitch dictionary and then I was like, this looks amazing. And then I did it, but the amount of times I had to rip it out before I figured out what I was doing, and there's no actual YouTube videos on this. So I'm thinking I might make one, because if you don't try it and know kind of what the process is going to look like, what the outcome is going to look like, then you won't know. And it's easy for me because I've got the picture and then I've got the writing instructions, then I've got the charted instructions. But when you're testing a pattern for someone and you just have an image of this, maybe at this level, and then you've got the written instructions, it's not very easy. So I do want to have a video instruction of how to do it. Some of my testers, guys, oh my goodness, I'm getting updates and their work is so beautiful, and it just shows the absolute joy that a single skein of variegated yarn can bring. Oh, they're so exciting. I can't wait for you to see. So not only do I have it for one skein, but I've also decided to do an infinity scarf length where it would be 2 skeins. So if I show you what the length is, it's not, in Australia, we don't need it to be super tight. Like a lot of the kind of snooty ones are more like this. And that's, I feel like, even like that. And while that's great in a place where you need it because it's cold, in Australia, it's not that cold. So in Australia, it's just not that cold. There's no point having something that's going to be so constricting when you're not going to want to wear it. And so I figured that something like this would be perfect. You can wear it around a jumper like this. You can wear it around a t-shirt. It's just going to be either beautiful neckwear or it will be warm. But I was thinking maybe some people would like it to be wrapped around. So I have also increased the measurements for it to be an infinity scarf, or like a longer cowl where you can double it over. I mean, you can double this one. I reckon you can. Let's try. Trying things for the first time on YouTube. Yeah. See, it's a little bit tight, but that's very warm there. Oh, it's actually quite nice. I haven't tried it this way. I like my ideas. I love how that stamen stitch looks. Oh, it's so pretty. So, I mean, you can definitely do this wrapped around twice, but like I said, it's very tight and very warm. And I personally wouldn't wear it like this quite often. And I feel like if you pick it in the wrong colors, it could look like a neck brace, which is not what you want. So I decided to write this up into 2 sizes. So you've got one, which is just the cowl size, which is this size. And then you've got another one, which is a longer infinity scarf size. So for that one, you can either do it as one big circle, just as this is, and then you twist it, or you can do it as one with an infinity, like a Mobius. So there's already a twist involved, which means that when you cast on all your stitches, you will then cast on all your stitches and twist it once in the round. Now, I find those really frightening because I never know if I've twisted it once or none or twice. But I know some people do them and they look phenomenal. So I wanted to make sure that there was options for people if they would like them. Oh, this is warming up very quick. Whew. So I wore this to school on the first day that my kids were back. I wanted it to be on the Tuesday, which is when I went back, but I wore it on the Wednesday when my kids came back, and I got so many comments from my beautiful children saying, "Hey miss, you finished your cowl, your scarf thing," and then other ones going, "Hey, did you make that?" And then I decided to go a bit crazy with the makeup, so I had orange, and then I talked to Jane, who is the lady who dyed this, and I don't know if you can see, but there's this orange in here. Oh, guys, it gives me life every time. See if I can find it. It's like right there. And it is this beautiful burnt orange. It's just bright and happy, and it only comes up once every now and again in the colorway. This is called Water Peach, the colorway. It only comes up every now and again, and ooh, it just made me so excited. I often hear people talking about variegated skeins, about how they're so addictive to knit because you get to the next colour bit and you're just excited to see what else happens and how else it moves together. And that was definitely it for me, especially as I think this is the top of it because I haven't actually woven in my ends yet. But especially at the top because you can see in that stamen stitch how it kind of starts to pull again. That was so addictive to knit because I just wanted to see what else the colours would do. Even in here, with all the strands that you slip and then you knit in like a twist, that was just so fun to see what strands would be the main ones. And so whenever I got like a dark pinky one, I was like, oh yeah, it's going to be pink instead of just white. It was just so much fun to knit. So I hope that when I release this, you guys will also love it. It will be coming out soon now that I have caught up on my sleep and I'm a little bit more awake again. Thank goodness. So I'll put that one down, put this one back on. I love shawls and all neckwear. I think they're beautiful. Okay, so the last thing for today is both the knit crate, which finally came, and my beanie release. So I don't actually have my beanie with me because it belongs to my cousin Nat. So Natalie is going to be a mum for the first time and I'm so excited. And today is actually Mother's Day in Australia. I'm not sure if it's international. I'm never actually sure what holidays are national or international, such as we've got a Queen's birthday, which I know for a fact is different to the English Queen's birthday holiday, but it's the same Queen. So I always find that quite bizarre. But Yeah, I always find that quite bizarre, but for some reason it's what happens. So I know that in Australia it is Mother's Day, and I would like to wish all of you happy Mother's Day. I'm about to run off and go spend it with my mum and my aunt. Unfortunately, her son is stuck up because we've still got border restrictions in Australia and he's in another state, so he can't get over here. But if you are able to see, call, hug, I don't know what restrictions are available in your country at the moment, but if you're able to see your mum or even text her or email her or video chat, whatever, I encourage you to do so because it's their day. At least for me, it's their day. So Nat's beanie was made as a celebration of her becoming a mother for the first time, and I'm so excited about it. She's just going to be such a wonderful mum. And so I wanted to do something to really celebrate her. After knitting up some baby things for her baby, I thought that we need to celebrate the mum as well. So I knit something for her. And I absolutely love the decreases. I just think they're so pretty. They're like little crowns and it just makes me so happy. My testers have done the most amazing job with it. It is so beautiful. And the colors that they've used, I mean, I would never have expected those colors to go together, but they do, and they're incredible. So thank you to my beautiful test knitters. And if you follow me on Instagram, which is @waddleandwool, then I will be posting up their beautiful efforts this week as well, because they definitely deserve their efforts to shine. So I thought that I would release Nat's beanie today, and I thought that as a celebration of mothers and of Nat, that we would do a knit along. So that's where it brings me to Knit Crate. Now I got my postage letter because we've only got a little tiny mailbox. We don't actually have enough room to put a thing in it, like especially if it's in a box. We've only got enough for like a letter. Not enough for a package. We've got enough for a letter. So they give me little letters, and then I go for a walk, and then I pick it up. So on Thursday night, I got a little letter, and I was like, yes. So I went to the post office, and I picked it up. Then on Friday, I got another letter, Friday afternoon, and I was like, awesome. And on Saturday, I went for a walk, and all of a sudden, it was closed. And I was like, why is it closed? I want to open a present. I know I've got one. But that was for the subscription package from Tiny Toadstool Cottage or Jane Marty, the lady who dyed this. I was so excited. So the next one is based on Little Mermaid, and so I've actually seen a sneak peek because someone else on Instagram also follows and orders from Jane, and they have posted it up, and I'm so excited for it. So Australia Post has been a little bit slow, not that I'm having a go at all because they've been doing so well considering everything. But it does mean that I will be getting a late present very soon. So this is the Knit Crate one. No, I've already opened it, so it's not a reveal this time. But I really like it, so it's a reveal for you. The reason it is not a reveal is because this is from March. And it's May. So I don't see the point in doing a reveal of like 2 months later, this is what I get after everyone else knows. Anyway, I've only looked at the yarn. I haven't looked at anything else, so I'll show you now. So this is the yarn involved. And I've got a person in my life who has been asking for a beanie for a while, and I keep saying no, and sometimes we don't see each other for a little bit. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. And so I missed his birthday. It was in December, and I thought I would knit him something. He's been asking for a beanie for a long time. I thought I'd knit him something in colours that he likes. And then it can be like a, hey, sorry I missed your birthday 6 months ago, but here you go. So we're mates. It's all right. We're good. This is, it's a bit too blue on the screen. It's actually a bit more green. That's the sun. Why am I trying to block out the sun? I don't know what I'm doing. It's a little bit greener, but it is still quite accurate. This is, I'm pretty sure it's the Chiller colorway. It's the Ancient Pines. It is 100% baby alpaca. It's fingering weight, 400 yards over 100, or 365 meters over 100 grams. So for my Nats beanie, it's going to be in DK weight. So I'm going to hold these two together and get them working up. He's not a very colourful person, but I know that he likes greens and blues. So I figured a greeny blue would work perfectly for him. And I think it'll just be really squishy and really warm when he goes to work. So hopefully I'm being nice and this will be lovely for him. So this is what I'm going to use for my knit along, my part of it. I also have never knit it in, I've knit the child size to test it out, and I've knit the women's size to give to Nat, but I've never knit the adult size, the adult man size. So I'm really excited to try it and test my own pattern again. So I hope that you will come along with me and that you will do this knit along with me. I kind of want to do another giveaway because I loved it so much last time. So I'm thinking about that. I probably will now that I've said it because I've been thinking about it so long. And I might do it in a way that supports an indie dye of their choice. So I might do like a gift card or something. I'm thinking that might be a bit more fun because I really want to be able to support indie dyes, especially at this time. And I would love it if it was a gift, because I think, especially launching on Mother's Day, where this was designed as a gift to my beautiful cousin, who's bringing in her little gift to the world. I just think that it all ties in really nicely if we do it as a gift. So obviously I'm not the gift police. If you want to gift it to yourself, if that's still a gift. But I'm thinking, yeah, we might do it. Something lovely to spread some love. So, knit crate. Okay. This is really soft. This is 100% baby alpaca, and it is going to be delightful. Okay. What? Ooh, knocking everything around. Sorry, guys. The other extras. I've got some extras in here, which, I'm actually really excited about these. So, I've got some needle tip point protectors, which I probably won't use only because Mac loves to chew them off and he doesn't think about the fact that there's a needle underneath, and I'm worried he'll chew the wood and get a splinter in his mouth, or he'll try and chew the metal and that just won't go well. But these I do find them really fun, especially if I've got a project that I need to take the actual tips off, but I can put these onto the cables. So sometimes it's my lazy version. Instead of having to screw on the actual cable protectors, I just use these. Is that lazy? Yes. Do I care? Not really. So I'm quite happy I've got these. I'll put them in my notions box. And then I have locking stitch markers, which I love, and I use these all the time. I always break them because I'm too ambitious with how fast I can close them. So these are absolutely perfect. Thank you, Knit Crate. You are listening to people's opinions, and I'm so proud of you. Well done. Okay, lastly, in my review of Knit Crate, their catalogue. So this one is the March 2020, which isn't late at all. No. In their defense, they've been having a lot of problems shipping out, especially with everything that's going on. And then other countries have had restrictions. And then I know Australia is always late. So I'm teasing in a mocking tone. But I do understand that it has been hard. So I'm not very aggressive in this. So their theme was wanderings. And get inspired by nature's colours, the beauty of unfinished materials, and the richness of crushed pigments, which I quite like. So it talks about Hannah Tierson, who's been part of Knit Crate for years. She's been many of the jobs, and everyone who is well versed in Knit Crate probably knows her name by now, which is really exciting. And she is releasing a new book, which I'm really excited to go get. So maybe I will do a quick review of that book as well. So we've got the membership yarns, and you can see that is my one there. Again, that looks so blue. It's Definitely not this blue. But then you've got the red and then the kind of neutral brownish tones. I'm very grateful that I got this one. I'm very happy. So awesome. Yay me. And then we've got the patterns. So we've got a beanie, we've got some socks, which we know I'll never knit. We've got some more socks, and we've got a poncho. No, I'm not sure. I like this one. Let's just say that. I like this one. Let's go positive today. Oh, and it's got a cow as well. Look at me. A hat and cow matching. I won't go through it because it is 2 months old and it's kind of old now. So I'm sure if you are a Knit Crate member that you will look at it. And if you're not, they do like reveals and stuff. So you could always get into their mailing list, do a reveal, and then see if you want to purchase. So that is actually something that I would recommend. Between you and me, I am wondering if I would like to sign up to design some things for Knit Crate, especially as I'm constantly bagging them out. So maybe I could give it a go. I just think that would be really fun. I actually, as much as I joke and criticize, I am a loyal customer of Knit Crate. I do really like their stuff. Just because I don't necessarily like what they give me all the time doesn't mean that they give horrible things. It's only that I have my taste and I am quite loud about it. But I don't mean in any way to insult them or anyone else who prefers Knit Crate, the packages that I get that I don't like. So thank you for joining me today. Again, if you like this, please like, subscribe, comment down below, ring the bell for when the next one comes through, all of that fun stuff. And follow me on Instagram at Wattle and Wool. I can also be found at Ravelry at Wattle and Wool as well. Ravelry is where I talk about all my test knits. So if you would like to be a test knitter for me, jump on Rav on the thread. I'll obviously put everything in the links below. And yeah, come join the chat and come chat with me on Instagram. I promise you I will be more together. And come knit along with me for Nat's Beanie. Okay, bye.